Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your now Tuesday night, November the 12th, 2024. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you for watching once again. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there. You know where it is. On this channel, and subscribe to my other channels, which are down there in hell, inside my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So subscribe now, subscribe to my channels right now, so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell for more, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, because if you do, you're pretty much SOL, and you know what that means, and if you don't know, look it up. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Sure love and support there. You can leave a comment on any one of my videos from the past, present, and in the future, Conan. But don't leave stupid comments, please, because if you're going to act like a schmuck, do it on your own channel. Because you ain't going to do it on any of mine. And you want to do it on, if you're doing it on other people's channels, you're going to get the same fucking result. So, don't do that. You can't be respectful of anybody's channels. You should not be on social media and YouTube. Or the entire internet. You can't be respectful of people and get the fuck off it. Get the fuck off, basically. That's it. But some of you people just are too fucking dumb and have no brain. Think you're hot shit when you're not. So, it is what it is. But anyway, for all the good people out there, because I know there's a lot of good people out there, if you want to subscribe to my channel, go ahead. You want to leave a comment, go ahead. But on the topic at hand, or, excuse me, talking my throat. But anyway, like I said before I had to choke, before I almost did choke. You would love that, right? Fuck you. But anyway, if you want to subscribe, great. You don't have to, but if you want to leave a comment, good. I don't give a shit. Just give me a second. I had to get the on my throat. And that's pretty much it. Follow me on social media, like I said, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to hit that bell too. And that's it. And if you are new to my channel for the very first time, not past, in the present, or the present, well, if you were in the past, you it is what it is. But if you're brand new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab a cold one, sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. And then, and one more time, if you like it, great. You don't, get out of here. Go to your dead channel and do something. Or just get off the internet and get a life. Get laid, if you can. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. Moving on. With that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this now Tuesday night, hope everybody had a great Tuesday. It is cold as fuck here in New York. Well, with the wind chill, it's like 25 degrees. It's gonna be 25 tonight. Woo! Tomorrow and Thursday are gonna be cold as shit. And, well, back up to 60 on Friday, and most of next week is in the upper 50s to around 60, which is not bad. But we're getting closer and closer to winter, and the temperatures are going to get colder, and just hope we don't get snow. We might, if you're in Florida, you might get a hurricane next week, but stay tuned for that. Hopefully you don't. I mean, still got 18 days left of hurricane season, so. But Hurricane Sarah might be forming in the Western Caribbean. Hopefully it doesn't hit the U.S., but we'll see what happens with that. When we get there, because we don't need any problems going into Thanksgiving, and people lose their homes and lives and everything, it's not going to be a good thing during the holiday season. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got NXT coming up in about a half hour from now on the CW11. So that should be a good show. And we'll see what happens with that. But right now on video number 2, right here on the Kill Demons channel, once again, my name is Peter Joseph. I am a content creator, and a very good one at that. Talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You like it? great. You know, fuck off and do something with your life. And that's that. But right now, on video number 2, check out video number 1 on my Peter Joseph channel, talking about Ring of Honor has a date for Final Battle at the Hammerstein Ballroom, which I will be at December the 20th. So that's about 5 weeks from Friday. So tickets should be going on sale pretty soon. At either AEWTix.com, you can get it on Ticketmaster, probably RHWrestling.com, or SeatGeek, StubHub, whatever you're gonna get your tickets. But get them while they're hot, because they're gonna. I hope it sells out. And there is a rumor that Collision might be coming to the Hammerstein the next night, December the 21st. But it's a rumor, we don't know yet. I hope it does. They can capitalize on the successful Final Battle at the Hammerstein, then Collision can sell out 2,500 to 3,000 people at the Hammerstein both nights. It'll be amazing, and maybe a resurgence for Ring of Honor, even though it sucks right now, but if I'm Tony Khan, I gotta bring the house. Get the stars. Get like Adam Cole, baby, to come out. You know, I don't know about the Bucks, but we'll see what happens with that. You know, some of the old school guys that come out. Roddy's gonna be there, most likely. The Kingdom, Taven and Bennett. Jericho, especially because he's the champ. Mark Briscoe. Maybe the Outrunners. If the Outrunners on that show, I guarantee you the crowd is going to give them probably the biggest pop they ever got in their career. Next to winning the tag team belts whenever they do. But hopefully at Full Gear, but we'll see with that. But it's going to be an amazing show. Final Battle back at the Hammerstein for the first time in 5 years. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you for listening to me for the last 3 years. Bastard. Putting it in fucking Texas. Fuck Texas. You know. It is what it is. That's that. But anyway, so check that out. Also, GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, you know, the hardcore promotion that it is, coming back to the Hammerstein January the 19th. That's a Sunday. I don't know if it's Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. Probably be Sunday night. At the Hammerstein. Tickets are already on sale, and they're probably going to be sold out pretty soon. On Ticketmaster.com, but you can get it at SeatGeek or wherever you get your tickets from. So, I will definitely be at Final Battle. Collision, if it's there, maybe not. I might have to save my money. I'm not sure on that yet. But Final Battle is a definite. As far as GCW, we'll have to see what happens after Christmas. But I was at the first one, so I'm hoping to go to this one coming up in January. But we'll see what happens from there. That's what she said. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to NXT, but before we get to NXT, I should say, it is time for your late and out-of-date, very quick, Monday night Raw thoughts. You understand? Thoughts. Oh, by the way, hi, Jeno Jerry. I heard he's coming back with a special guest from the retirement home. I wonder who that could be. I think we all know it might be. Alrighty, that guy. You know, for a one-time Christmas show. And if he comes back, he comes back. Great. Good for them. But, you know, I have nothing bad to say about General Jerry. He's a good guy. But, you know. But if he gets that guy, I mean, it'd be great. We haven't seen him in a while. Ever since that humongous 7-hour meltdown. You know. But hopefully he got his life back in order. I mean, if he does, great. But, you know, people say I threw him under the bus. No, that's the other way around. I was trying to help the guy, and everybody's like, oh, you bashed him, you did this and that. No, I was trying to help the guy. But then you know, he threw me under the bus, and then the shitstorm started, and then I defeated that, but, you know, it is what it is. But we move on, we'll worry about that in 6 weeks, because that's when Christmas is, so get that. Anyway, let's get to Raw, little thoughts about Raw. So Raw last night emanated from the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and next week will be as well because they taped both shows. I think they taped SmackDown as well. That's a lot. But we got that. Some interesting things for Wargames coming up in a couple weeks. The men's match has been pretty much not, it's official, but now it's a 5-on-5. I thought it was still going to be 4-on-4. And now it's 5-on-5, and I think the women's is 5-on-5. So it's a little bit of a tease for the women's match. And the men's, well, we don't know who the fit person is going to be yet. But there's spoilers for next week. Not the two people I thought, but we'll talk about that later. I'm not going to spoil it, those two people, but I have seen it, and I'm like, Like, why, first of all, why him? And second of all, we'll talk about that other guy. But, moving on. Alright, so Joe Tessitore and Bad News Reed Bennett. No, I'm afraid to got some bad news for you. That's that. Alright, so we start the show out with Walter, the World Heavyweight Champion, basically got anally raped on the mic. Because Poppy Priest comes out, and he just annihilated him. I was like, damn. The world champion of all people gets annihilated by Poppy Priest. Wow. He's like, I don't care what you have to say, because I've heard it before. And then Walter doesn't think much of that, but Poppy Priest says, I know, I can beat you, because Finn Balor won't be there to help him again. We'll see about that. He reminds Walter of the loss to Cody! MDK on Cody! You bitch! Glad he's not on. Well, he's probably gonna face Kevin Owens for the belt at Survivor Series, and we all know Cody's gonna win. I wish Kevin Owens would just fucking break his fucking... But, package power drive his ass. But we'll see what happens with that. But we move on. So he mentions the loss to Cody, and Walter's pissed about that. And then Marcel Barthel comes out. He was like, what? He starts talking in German, like, what? Huh? And reminds us that Walter already beat Poppy Priest at SummerSlam. And then they start arguing, blah, 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 blah. And Poppy's like, fuck you, Marcel! Boom! Right in the mouth. Knocked them right out. We get a match later with them. Walter's like, oh shit, I'm out of here. And then we find out that their world title match, their rematch, is at the Survivor Series. I really want Poppy to win. It's not, but I want him to win. But we'll see what happens with that. Then we see Damage Control, the Sky Pirates of my second and third hot smoking wives, Io and Kyrie. They're ready to fight Pure Fusion Collective, meaning all three of them, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. But what about the third woman? Well, she's back! Dakota Kai! She is back from her leg injury. She looks great. So, three-fourths of Damage Control is back. We just gotta wait for Asuka to come back from her knee injury. And she's gonna be coming back probably at the Royal Rumble. But that's that. And to the kids who stole her Amazon shit, fuck you! Thankfully she got it back. But fuck you kids. Lucky I wasn't there. Why would you do that to somebody like that, man? Come on. I mean, to anybody, really. Why would you do that? I know Christmas is coming up, and it's going to happen with a lot of people, but, man, that's fucked up, man. That is so fucked up. But thankfully, Asuka got her stuff back from Amazon, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Alright, so after that, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, they apologized. Well, Kofi apologized to the R-Fool for not having his back last week after he got beat up by the Final Testament. And Kofi like kind of was like, it was like Xavier's fault. Xavier's like, oh, what? And then Truth mentions Butch. He's a butch. He's a butch. A big-headed butch. Butch. Pete fucking Dunne by his old name, Butch. And that brings in Pete fucking Dunne, and him and Kofi start arguing, and we get a match with that, which we'll get to in a minute. So we'll get that. Alright, so then we had Damage Control against PFC, the poorly fried chicken. But, yeah, so we had them. Pretty good match, 9.5 minutes. Damage Control gets the win after Dakota Kai kicks Shayna Baszler right in the head. And then Io goes up top and does what she does. That's why she's the number one contender to Liv Morgan's title, which we don't know when that match is. But she hits over the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Damage Control is back. Back to the win column. Makes me a happy camper. Yay! One more for the prophecy. There you go. Moving on. Alright, then we see a long recap of the OG Bloodline. Sorry, wrong hand, sorry. The OG Bloodline, Sami Zayn is back in the fold with Roman and the Usos. Speaking of the Usos, Jimmy and Jay are in the back with Sami, and they're seeing if they can get a fifth guy for Wargames. Sami's like, I might know a guy. And Jay's like, I wonder who that could be. And I'm like, Cody. Fuck! Or is it Cody? I'm interested. But we'll see what happens with that. Moving on with that. Alright, then we're going to Kofi Kingston and Butch. Almost 9-minute match. Actually, it was pretty decent, not bad. Xavier Woods at ringside gets it a cheap shot. Kofi saw it, and he goes outside. He's like, I told you not to get involved in my match! What are you fucking doing, you moron? And Xavier's like, I didn't do anything! I'm just standing here, biting my knee, doing nothing here! I'm just parking here! I'm walking here! You know, if you're in New York City, you have those problems. Hey, I'm walking here! Come on! No, let me say it like Roman. Come on! Anyway. So, that distraction that Pete Dunne kicked Kofi in the gut. Then he locks in the bitter end, and Butch gets the win in 9 minutes. That's that. And after the match, Woods is like, hey, what happened? What happened? I'm sorry, what happened? And Kofi's like, fuck you, Xavier! Oh, they're breaking him up. They are breaking him up. There was a report I read today that they are going to break up the New Day, probably on the 10th anniversary of the New Day, November the 28th, which is Thanksgiving of all days. Break him up right before Thanksgiving. You're not invited to my Thanksgiving dinner. Fuck you! Well, I didn't want your collard greens anyway! So that's not going to be a happy Thanksgiving for the New Day. Oh well. About fucking time. But we got that. And then there was a after segment, not after the show on the YouTube channel. Kofi and Xavier still arguing. He says, we need, it's all about you. I think Kofi's going to turn. I have a feeling Kofi's going to turn first. I want it to be Xavier, so then Xavier just wallops him in that feud. He just annihilates him every freaking week to the point where Kofi's like, fuck you then. Maybe we'll see probably see Big E on the reunion show, but what is he going to really do? He's trying to mediate everything, and Xavier's like, fuck you guys, I'm out. I don't need you guys. I'm going to do this on my own. We gotta worry about the tag belts. No, fuck the tag belts. We got that. Alright, then we see Io becoming #1 contender last week in that Battle Royal where she eliminated Laila Falkiria, the lassie bitch from Ireland, who we saw early in the night with that Pete Dunne thing. So we got that. Let me move on. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. Anyway, alright, so then after that, we go to the Judgment Day's locker room, or the clubhouse. We have Finn Balor, Carlito, who's pissed in the face of people who don't want to be cool. We have Raquel Rodriguez, also with Liv Morgan and Dominic Galero, let's say, and JD McDumbfuck, playing 2K24. Sorry, WWE 24. TK is coming back next year, by the way, in the next installments, which is great. WWE 2K25 is coming out next year. Can't wait. And 2K24 is not bad, if you have all the packs and everything. I don't have all of them, but I did get the NXT pack, so I'm good with that. I mean, they came out with the Wargames pack with DDP and everything. I can just create him as he's too easy. Too easy, Drill Sergeant! Too easy! Hoorah! Moving on. Alright, so they're in the back and they're talking and everything. Finn Balor starts yelling at Dominic Galero, let's say, for letting Poppy Priest become the new #1 contender last week. And Dom's like, well, I did something you couldn't do. I already beat Poppy Priest. Something you can't do, Finn. And Finn, they were about to go at it. And Liv and Raquel and everybody has to hold them back. And then Finn's like, alright, we're a family. You know, we have to step up for each other. So Dom, you and Carlito are gonna fight War Machine next week and teach him a lesson before we do. Meaning him and JD McDumbfuck. Right! So then Dom's like, oh, we're gonna go make it official. And Carlito's like, what? Tough love, ladies and gentlemen, tough love. Why did he yell at my son for like that? I don't understand that. Because he's playing a heel, he's being a prick, that's basically. Well, I understand that, but he didn't need to yell at my son. If I was alive today, I'd kick his ass, S.A. Battle. I know, Eddie, calm down. I would too if Dom was my son. But I digress. Moving on. Alright, then we had Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays for the hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. And Jade Cargill getting ready for their women's tag team title defense against the former two-time champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez coming up at the end of the show. Where we got that. Alright, then we have El Gordito. That's who. We have El Gordito, Bronson Reed, who acknowledges, did he say acknowledge? That Seth freaking Rollins, is great, but brings up taking Rollins out last week in that Fatal 4-Way match, where he just, like, tsunami'd Seth into pieces on the announce table, just crazy shit. Speaking of Seth freaking Rollins, he comes out with his, weird-looking jacket. I don't know. Well, that doesn't come from the Men's Warehouse. But anyway, they start fighting in the alleyway. Start fighting in the ring. Security tries to help. That didn't work. They go to the outside. Start fighting again. Security still can't get them out. And then eventually, Adam Pearce and company. After Bronson Reed, the big fat man, hits a big flippy dippity-doo. Take out basically everybody. And, that's that. And then, eventually, Adam Pearce and company had to come out and stop this mess. So we go to break and come back. Rollins is yelling at Adam Pearce to grant him his, a rematch from Crown Jewel. Pearce says, alright, I'll give it to you, just leave me alone! I wish there was a stipulation for that. You gotta have a Falls Count Anywhere match. I mean, come on, we didn't get it at Crown Jewel. Why? You can't have a one-on-one match with these guys. You gotta put them in a cage, put them in a Falls Count Anywhere match, put them in an asylum. I don't give a shit. They're gonna kill each other. Feels like Braun and Bronson Reed all over again. Just make a Monsters Ball match or some shit. Just let them go crazy. But anyway, Sami Zayn comes in and it's like, hey Seth, I need a fifth guy. You want to be on my team? Brings up Seth's history with Roman, Shield, the Shield of Injustice. And Rollins thinks about it a little bit, and then he's like, you know, I thought about it. Are you out of your mind? What's with you, man? Basically. He's like, I know what Roman's all about, and next time I see Roman, I'm gonna kick his ass, right? And, he's like, either way, I am not helping you or Roman or the Bloodline. So the answer is no. Or is it? Spoiler! Moving on with that. So we'll see what happens with that. Poppy Priest and Marcel Barthel. 7.5 minute match. Wasn't anything great. Marcel got in a couple moves. But eventually, Poppy Priest gets the win with South of Heaven. And that's it. And then Walter comes out. And he's a little bit nervous for a little stare down. I still think he's going to beat Poppy again. Sucks. But we see that. Alright, then we get a look at Sheamus, Fella, and Braun Breaker going to a time limit draw on Speed. Why was that match on Speed? Speed is boring. Who watches that shit? If you watch Speed, there is something wrong with you, and I don't watch it, thank the Lord for that. I don't have time to watch that shit. Anyway, speaking of Braun and Sheamus, Braun cuts a promo with Kathy Kelly. No Jackie Redmond this week. Is what it is. So Braun doesn't like Sheamus, who comes in and wants an Intercontinental title shot next week. Braun grants him the title shot. Well, actually, before that. So Braun didn't understand a word that Sheamus said, but you can have your title shot next week. So Sheamus goes to leave, and then so the Yeet Man comes in and says, hey, Braun, you want to be on my team? Braun Breaker working with Roman. Are we interested? Maybe. Probably get that. Then we had craziness with The Miz. He's back, but no information for the Final Testament. Cross is pissed. He says, alright, we're gonna make an example out of you, Miz. So, he grabs Miz and the AOP drags him to the ring because what happened to Paul Ellering. So Cross like, this ain't adding up, something's wrong here. Why did you get abducted by the Wyatts in the bus? And then that whole thing with they got tortured last week. And then we see Miz with blood coming out of his eye, like over here. I'm like, how the fuck did he get that? I think he got a shiner, or he's got a black eye coming for him. We'll see when that happens next week. Anyway, so Cross gets on the mic and says, I want the Wyatt 6. And Miz is like, I don't think you want to do that. Why? Because the lights go out, they come back on, the Wyatt 6 are all on the apron. Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, Dexter, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Nikki Cross. So they get in the ring, they have a big stare down, and then Miz with the heinous act. Lethal chair shot to Eric Rowan, you could hear it in the next town. And then the Final Testament just beats the fuck out of them. And then Cross hits that finisher of his. It kind of botched it almost, because he looked like he was about to hit a running power slam, and then he stopped, then hit the F5. Get out of the way! And then, and then Uncle Howdy's laughing at him as the Final Testament leaves. So, maybe a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match? With the ladies, Scarlett and Nikki Cross getting involved. But, we'll see what happens with that. Moving on. Alright, then we go to another interesting segment. Seth Rollins is leaving. Kathy Kelly comes up to him and says, hey, why did you, you got your match with El Gordito, Bronson Reed, what happened with Sammy? So, goes into the parking lot, the ever-popular parking lot, and then he sees, Solo, me bookie, and Jacob Fatu, and the Girls of Destiny, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa. By the way, Jacob, I love you, Solo! You know, all the ladies, they go, I love you, Mr. Peter! You don't have to call me Mr. Just call me Peter. But anyway, that's what the ladies do every single night. Bowing down. Bow down and acknowledge me. But anyway. So Solo wants Seth on his team. He's like, oh, you don't need Sammy. Join us. Rollins like, it's like, I really want to stomp Roman's head in. But with that being said, no. And he's like, I don't want to be on a team with a wannabe Roman. Ooh. That's not going to sit well with Solo. And Jacob tries to go after him, and he's like, has to hold him back. Shit. Oh, Seth, you're going to regret that, boy. Just saying. Moving on. Alright, then we go to your main event for the women's tag team belts. Liv and Raquel, former champions 2 times, against the current champions, Bianca Belair and Jade. Good, decent match. 7.5 minute match. Back and forth they went. Getting to the end, Raquel and Jade kicked the crap out of each other in the face, knocking both of them down. And then chicanery happens. Nia, woo! Jax and Tiffy Tiff, Daddy! Not now. What, Daddy? I just want to say hello. Okay. You look great, by the way. I know. Okay. So Tiffy Tiff and Nia go after Jade, and then Raquel Rodriguez somehow gets a near fall into that. I think she hit. No, she didn't hit the Chicana Mom. She just pinned her. But thankfully Bianca was there to stop it. And then Naomi. You don't work here. Naomi comes out, goes after Nia Jax, and then in the ring, Liv Morgan gets hit with a KOD by Bianca. 1, 2, 3. Still your reigning, defending women's tag team champions, Jade and Bianca Belair. I don't know why Liv took the pin. But still decent match. And then after the match, more craziness. Nia, woo! Jax jumps basically everybody. And then Io comes out and helps the faces clean house. So you know what that means. We got 4 there. Wargames! Pretty much. You got Nia, Tiffy Tiff, Liv, Raquel, possibly a fit person, and then you got Io, Jade, Bianca, Naomi. I wonder who the next person could be. I think it's somebody that rhymes with Bobby. It's not who you think, but actually it is, but Bobby. Oh, sorry. Well, we got that. So women's Wargames match teased, but I think next week we'll make it official. If we get the fit people for next week, which we're 2 weeks away, so we need the fit person like now. So, I doubt we're going to get it on SmackDown. I think we're going to get it on Raw and SmackDown next week. Definitely Raw. I shouldn't say SmackDown. Raw we will. For the women. For the men, might get it next week as well. But we'll see what happens with that. But all in all, decent episode of Raw. And I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. Let me just change the channel on the Rich Man's TV. Sorry, Rich Man's Dish. As Big Bang Theory is on, and is leading us into NXT, of course, on the CW11. Sheldon? He's about to get someone, he's like, I'm gonna Skype with you. You bastard. Blah, 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 blah. So, once again, 7 out of 10 stars for Raw. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And that's it. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. And subscribe to my channel and my other channels all down below in the gobbledygook. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media. I'll be live tweeting once again, as I always do for NXT and pretty much everything wrestling. Next to New Japan, of course, when New Japan comes around in January for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty. I will be live tweeting that. And we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Enjoy NXT coming up in about 2 minutes or so. But until next time, my friends, if you're not down with that, well, I got 2 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Enjoy the night, and I'll be back maybe later on the Peter Joseph channel once again with your NXT review, depending on how I feel by the end of the night. But we'll see. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace, motherfuckers!